Straight losses on the road. More details at srnnews.com.
The following program is sponsored by the law offices of Patrick L. Smith. This is the Attorney Patrick Smith Show. Get ready with your legal questions and call Patrick now. 877-943-9673. Again, that's 877-943-9673. The law office is open. And now your host, Patrick Smith.
Oh, hi there, and welcome to another edition of the Attorney Patrick Smith Show. I'm your host, Attorney Patrick Smith. Today is Saturday, May 13th, and we will be live with you for the next hour to answer all of your legal questions. That toll-free number, 877-943-9673, 877-943-9673. Give us a call now. We'll be happy to help any way we can, and we are always happy to assist you via calling into the show to talk to us live on the air. You can always email us, patrick@attorneypatricksmith.com. Max, do me a favor. Take that sign down. Yeah, that one. It's covering up my number. I've probably got the number memorized at this point, but that number being up there right here is just weirding me out because I have no idea what that is. Thank you. That's much better. All right. As a baseball player, we're very superstitious. Things have to be the same they've always been. So the number, 877-943-9673. That's your live and local number. Give us a call. As I mentioned, Max, the intern, with us in the studio. We also have Yumiko, the producer, Brian, the call screener, and returning to the Attorney Patrick Smith Show, a very special former member of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Peter, the intern. Peter, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Peter, what have you been up to?
So for the past year, I was in Texas as a banker at a local Fort Worth bank. And then in more recent times, I got married and am expecting my first child.
So not much has changed. That's good.
No, nothing.
Okay. Wow. That's a lot going on, and still getting ready for law school.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're excited to see where Peter, the intern, will wind up attending and continuing his legal education. And again, congratulations on the new bride and the new baby. All wonderful blessings. And we're glad to have you back on the show. 877-943-9673. 877-943-9673. So you can give us a call now. We're live and local, happy to help any way we can. You can also check our website out if you'd like. That's attorneypatricksmith.com. If you have a former show, you said, oh, I missed the tail end of it and I wanted to hear the wrap up on that discussion of Florida homestead law or our discussion of Roe versus Wade, any of those topics, feel free to check out the website, attorneypatricksmith.com. Click on the radio link and you can listen to all the podcasts of the former broadcast of the show, or you can go there, simply click to listen live. Again, that website, attorneypatricksmith.com. And you can also email us, patrick@attorneypatricksmith.com, or just give us a call now, 877-943-9673. Let's go to our first caller. Let's talk to Bruce in Tampa. Bruce, welcome to the Attorney Patrick Smith Show.
How you doing?
I'm great, Bruce. How can we help?
Okay, what has happened? It's going to take a couple minutes, okay? I took a cruise, okay? The last day of the cruise, I was going out of my cabin, and I don't know what there was a force that pushed me into the wall next opposite of my cabin.
Did you say there was a force?
Yeah, some kind of a force.
Like
it must have been where the
a Jedi kind of thing, like someone just put you against the wall, or like the ship?
Oh
wall?
no, nothing like that.
Okay, all right,
No,
good. I was more concerned. Okay,
it's from the boat.
Okay.
From the boat. Okay, cruise. Right. Okay. Now, I hit my head on the wall, pushed me down, hit my head again, and I was out. And they said I had a stroke. And they sent me over to Grand Cayman Island, which was a hospital way on the other side of the island. Okay, that was 40 minutes away. So here I went there, and while I was there, they charged me $80,000. I paid them $10,000 out of my credit cards, and my Care Plus only paid me $5,300 to take care of that. But again, I'm $4,000 behind there. And can I sue the Carnival?
You can sue anybody. The better question is, are you going to win, Bruce? And you know
Yeah.
all that fine print when you're purchasing the ticket for your cruise?
I'm sure.
Yeah, there's going to be something in there more than likely. And again, without reviewing your particular paperwork, just from some of the general pro forma I've seen over the years, there's usually a waiver of your right to jury trial, some sort of agreement to binding arbitration. So if you have a dispute with them, then you'll wind up before an arbiter more than likely. Again, I can't say for sure without looking at the paperwork. And then the other sort of Damocles they dangle is the prevailing party gets to recover all fees against the party that does not prevail. So if you bring this battle, they rack up a huge bill and you lose, you could be stuck with the bill. So you want to make sure you bring in all that paperwork when you purchased your ticket to the cruise so that you can review that with an attorney so you can properly assess what options are on the table, what options you took off the table by contract with the cruise line, and then what the likelihood of a successful remedy is for Bruce.
Okay.
How are you feeling, Bruce?
I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Okay,
But I
good.
have
I'm glad you're okay.
I have one more question. Okay, when I was at the hospital over there in Grand Cayman, I slipped in the shower. Okay, they took me over to X-rays and everything was okay. But again, my shoulder hurt me for a long time. It still hurts me. Okay, I have problems with my shoulder from that. So is there any way of suing them?
I would just give the office a call next week. I'll put you in touch with Jared Bailey, who's of counsel with us and handles our personal injury matters. So just give me a call at the office. I'll give out the office number here in a moment and just get in touch with us. We'll put you in touch and be aware, you want to be expeditious on exploring those because sometimes there are statute of limitations with regard to personal injury cases, and Jared can kind of speak to that and those specifics. But Jared will be happy to give you a free consultation on that, okay?
Okay, hey.
Hey, Bruce, before you hang up, Bruce, what station are you listening on?
Which what?
What station are you listening on?
I don't know.
I admire your honesty.
I don't know.
You're an honest man, Bruce. I appreciate that. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, okay?
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. All righty. You're listening to the Attorney Patrick Smith Show, 877-943-9673, 877-943-9673. And Peter, the intern, see, that's what I like. You knew you were in my line of sight of that sign, and you just, well done, Peter, the intern. Glad to have you back. 877-943-9673, or email me, patrick@attorneypatricksmith.com. All right, next we're going to go to Destin and talk to Candy. Candy, welcome to the Attorney Patrick Smith Show.
Hi, how are you doing, Mr. Smith?
I'm great, Candy. You can call me Patrick. By the way, what station are you listening on all the way up in Destin?
No, I'm in Hudson.
Hudson, okay.
Hudson, Florida, yes.
And what station are you listening on?
102.5.
The Bone.
102.5.
The Bone. All right. We appreciate you, Candy. How can we help?
Okay. I am a widow of, I'm 66 years old. I have one adult child, Julio. He will be turning 50 this year. And what is the easiest way? I have a home that is paid for, a vehicle, and a little bit of money. What is the easiest way that after I pass, for my son not to have to go into probate, the most economical way?
Well, the easiest way to do that is to make sure that the last check you ever write bounces. And then there's nothing for your son to worry about. I said, if you spend all your money, then there's nothing for your son to worry about. That's the easiest way, but it's not always the most palatable to Candy.
Yeah.
So presuming that
No,
option.
I don't like Thanksgiving.
Okay. So we'll give you some other options. The other option is you could create something as simple as a will saying, hey, my son is going to inherit these items. Now, if those items outside of any exemptions total greater than $75,000, it's going to be subject to a potential formal probate here in Florida. So for a lot of the states, they're doing very commonly simple living revocable trusts. And we offer those packages at $695 just to make them more economical for people. So a lot of people do that.
Hold on. Simple living trust?
Yeah, and we'll give you a free consultation, Candy. So you can come in the privacy of the office. We'll walk through all the details about you, your family, finances, sort of your goals, and give you our recommendations on how optimally to proceed based on those private facts.
Now you said it's $695?
Yeah, that's my standard non-tax trust package, which is designed for estates of less than $12.9 million.
Oh yeah, you don't have to worry. I'm way under.
Okay. You got a little room there until you win the lottery. So
Yeah. Oh no, one of my messages this morning said that I won 15 million.
congratulations.
on
That's
something
wonderful
I
news.
didn't enter. Oh, yeah, right.
And you only have to pay a couple $100,000 to claim it, right?
Oh, you know what? I didn't even let it get that far. I hit erase because it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
And you're reminding me, Candy, about a year ago, we did a show on scams, and I've had a flurry of calls recently come in about different types of news scams popping up. So you're reminding me I need to prep and probably do a Scam 2.0 episode. So I appreciate that, Candy. Thank you.
Yeah, it's, you know what? It's a shame that people are, instead of getting off their butts and going to work for a living, they'd rather steal from others.
Yeah.
But you know what? Karma is horrible.
Yeah, that's right. You said it, Candy, and you enjoy the rest of your Saturday, okay?
You too, sir.
All righty. Have a great day. 877-943-9673. I'm Attorney Patrick Smith. This is the Attorney Patrick Smith Show, and we are live and local and here to help. You can email us, patrick@attorneypatricksmith.com, or give us a call now. Candy hanging up does open up a phone line, 877-943-9673. All right, let's go to Sarasota, talk to Russ. Russ, welcome to the Attorney Patrick Smith Show.
Good morning. How are you?
Great, Russ. How can we help?
Homeowners associations seem to have unfettered authority over homeowners. What checks and balances are there possible, either through statute, regulatory, or other means, to ensure our due process as homeowners?
So one of my former shows was specifically on homeowners' rights. Peter, the intern's nodding his head. I think you were here for that show. And what you'll discover, it's sort of an amalgamation of the bylaws within that particular homeowners association, and sort of the backdrop for those bylaws for something they don't address are Florida statutes. So you sort of have to run an analysis of both to kind of see which one is most applicable to a particular situation, and then you can address the remedy. Now, we work with an attorney, Attorney Scott Smothers, and he does a lot of our homeowners association cases and is very familiar with both the statutes and a lot of the bylaws and sort of the way the HOAs work.
So there is some regulatory agency that has some oversight that might be able to put some balance into homeowners authority,
Yeah.
association's authority.
Yeah, Russ,
Okay.
there is. And it's Florida statute, and there's rules about, and off the top of my head, I mean, the show was probably 6 or 9 months ago, maybe longer. And
Got it.
basically it was regulating, how often they had to send out updates on the records. They had to keep the records within a certain proximity of the actual community. I mean, there was regular records and rules and requirements on all these things, and it's all governed by Florida statute. And then there were these particular sections where the HOA basically by their bylaws could regulate themselves to a certain degree.
Got it. And who should I get in touch with again?
Just give me a call at the office. I'll put you in touch with Attorney Smothers next week, okay?
That's a deal. Thanks.
All right.
Have a great day.
You too. Thanks, Russ.
Yeah, cheers.
All righty. This is the Attorney Patrick Smith Show. That office line, by the way, 877-754-6764. That office line, the toll-free office line to call us Monday through Friday to schedule your complimentary consultation with me, yours truly, in the Sarasota office where Russ was. I'll be there on Tuesday. In Sun City Center, Clearwater, any of our offices, that toll-free number to schedule your complimentary consultation, 877-754-6764. Again, toll free, 877-754-6764. All right. So Max the intern, Peter the intern, this week you were each given an assignment. Peter, describe the assignment that I gave you.
The assignment was to write 10 questions with answers regarding jaywalking, traffic violations, spousal rights to inherit, homestead, or estate planning and probate.
Max the intern, do you have any idea why I would ask you guys to do that?
Presumably to make content on the show. But
Hey.
now that we're both here, I'm thinking that it might be more of a. Can you hear me? Is it working? I was thinking that it might be kind of like asking each other the questions and seeing what we have.
All right, you're hop over. You and Peter, the intern, are gonna have to share a mic. It looks like. So yeah. So basically, what you did was you wrote each other's questions for the first ever Battle of the Interns. All right. So this is our first ever Battle of the Interns. It is Peter the intern versus Max the intern, and off we go. All right. So Peter, question 1: is jaywalking illegal in Florida?
It is not illegal in the state of Florida to jaywalk, but it is illegal to cross the road when the no walking sign is present. Inactive.
Correct. That is a correct answer. There's our ding. So that way, you got it right. So, Max, question 1 for you. Okay. Let me find question 1. Let's see. I want to designate 2 of my children as power of attorney. Is it possible for them to act independently, or will they always be required to make decisions together?
Full disclaimer, I have not taken Wills Trust and Estates yet.
That feels like a wrong answer.
It's the second year. I'm going to go with yes. They need to make the decisions together. It was worth a shot.
Wah, 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 wah. Actually, they can operate independently now under Florida Statute 709. So, but hey, and a little background on this. So, Max, for those of you new to the show, Max the intern is a rising 2L at the University of South Carolina. Peter the intern, not in law school yet, but Peter, how long did you intern the first time you were with us?
I think it was 4.5 years in total.
Yeah, I mean, he had a long, so to give you an idea, it's a little bit about kind of law school experience versus real world experience here. Max, question 2 for you, okay? Are there any benefits of homesteading your primary residence in the state of Florida?
I'm going to take another stab at this and say yes.
You got it. What are the benefits of follow-up?
That's a question that I might have to consult you about.
All right. So the follow-up on that, yeah. So many of you are aware that you can actually homestead the property in the state of Florida, and you can get a tax benefit on the first $50,000 potentially is tax-free. And that is the reason that a lot of people make their primary residence Florida for the ad valorem property tax exemption. Now, what you guys didn't know was, in addition to you writing questions, I wrote some. So, Peter the intern, a follow-up question to you on Florida homestead. When is the deadline to file for homestead property tax exemption?
August 1st.
March 1st. So, Peter the intern, unfortunately, that's an incorrect answer. So, we're now tied. Max the intern won, Peter the intern won. By the way, the grand prize for the winner today is an all-expense paid trip to the Salem Communications Kitchen, where you get a cup of coffee on me. Okay. All righty. Next question is for Max the intern. Max, one of my questions. How many days do you have to record a will after someone's death pursuant to Florida Statute 732-901?
I'm totally making this number up, but I'm going to go with 60.
10 days. 10 days to record a will. Now, why do you think they would have it be such a short time frame to record the will?
Probably because it's such an important thing that you have to do. It leaves less room for mistakes to happen and a whole bunch of kind of confusion.
You're not far off. The mistakes that they were worried about happening, if you read the legislative history on that particular bill, was tampering with the will post-mortem. So if we get the will recorded quickly, we preserve the integrity of the document. Now, the downside of that is by recording it in the public record, private family matters in the will are now public. And
right.
That's an advantage the trust often brings to the table for people, is the fact that you can mention sensitive facts in the trust and keep them private. So people often take advantage of that. All right, take a pause here from the Battle of the Interns, and we'll give out that phone number. If you have a question for the interns, call in 877-943-9673, 877-943-9673. You can call in now with any legal question at all, and we'll do our best to help you live on the air. Again, that toll-free number, 877-943-9673, or email me your question, patrick@attorneypatricksmith.com. Patrick@attorneypatricksmith.com. All right, Peter the intern, you are up next. What is the current tax rate on inheritances under Florida law? I'll repeat the question. What is the current tax rate on inheritances under Florida law?
Isn't it 40%?
There is no tax on inheritances under Florida law. It's the federal law. And what's the exemption on that?
Isn't it 16,000 per person per year?
Close, 12.9 million.
Oh,
so that's the estate tax exemption. You were quoting the present interest. That's right. Everyone, by the way, for those of you out there wondering, I mean, lots of you come in the office. How much money can I give to my grandkids without paying any taxes? And they say $10,000, which was the old number. That's been adjusted upwards now. It's actually 17,000 per person per year. They do adjust it accordingly. So, all right, Max the intern, back to one of Peter the intern's questions for you. Well, this is good. I'm serving in the military, so thank you again to all our military men and women out there serving this great nation of ours. I'm serving in the military overseas. Am I unable to file my homestead exemption form? What can I do?
Can you repeat that question?
Sure.
He's trying to do it and cannot, or
I am serving in the military overseas and am unable to file my homestead exemption form because of the being deployed overseas. What can I do?
I'm going to guess that you could probably designate somebody else to do it that's in the States.
I'll give that a yes. That was a right answer. So under Florida Statute 196.061, as a service member who resides in the state of Florida, you may have your next of kin or anyone else who has written authorization from you to file the paperwork. Good job, Max the intern. Another correct answer. So our scoring update on the Battle of the Interns: Max the intern 2, Peter the intern 1, but still a few questions to go. So anything can happen, folks. And if you want to call in with a question for either of the interns, 877-943-9673, 877-943-9673. Don't forget, folks, they are battling viciously for that all-expense paid trip to the Salem Communications Kitchen for a cup of coffee. All right, here we go. Peter the intern, your next question. Can a jaywalker sue a driver when injured?
No.
Yes, even a pedestrian jaywalking, if injured, the driver may still be partially at fault. Remember, Florida is a comparative negligence state. So even though the jaywalker may be 90% at fault, the driver may have had some liability. Like, you know, the person was walking illegally in the road, but the person had a cell phone in their hand and was staring down at the time. Some sort of fact pattern like that. So, all right, couple more and we'll wrap up this segment of the show. So let's see here. I'm going to go back to my questions. Ooh, I like this one. How long is the statute of limitations? Max the intern, this is yours. How long is the statute of limitations for creditor claims against a deceased person's estate?
5 years?
2 years. 2 years is the correct answer. So off a little bit there. And there's a way to shorten that, actually, for those of you familiar with the probate process. You can actually publish something called a notice to creditors and take that 2-year statutory window down to 90 days, potentially. Alrighty. Peter the intern. Next question. Does Florida recognize common law marriages?
Common law marriages from outside, from other states? Yes.
That's correct. Florida does not itself recognize common law marriages, although common law marriages validly entered into in other states that do authorize it. Florida will recognize them. Well done, Peter the intern. All right, so currently the score is tied. So it's tied. It is now Peter the intern 2, Max the intern 2, and we're going to move into the bonus round just to wrap this bit up. So if you give an incorrect answer on this next question, your opponent will have a chance to steal for the win. All right, Max the intern. Let's see here. Question. I'm a disabled veteran. Are there benefits that I can claim as a disabled veteran regarding my homestead?
I'm going to say there are benefits. The exact benefits, I'm not sure.
Okay, so we'll give you the correct answer on that one. The additional benefits may be additional reduction in the actual taxes owed. If you're a 100% disabled vet, you can actually be exempt altogether from paying any property taxes. All right, so Peter, I'm making sure that I don't ask you your own questions. Let's see here. All right, so Peter the intern, Next question. What is the penalty associated with violating pedestrian traffic laws?
A fine of some sort.
I'll give that a correct answer. It's a non-criminal offense. It's usually a traffic citation. So, folks, we're still tied. Peter the intern, Max the intern, neck and neck. The next round, where one gets it wrong and the other gets it right, we'll decide it. All right. So, next question for Max the intern. Describe the benefits of a living trust.
I'm going to say that the benefits is that it protects your assets and you can make changes to it while you're alive.
Well, no, that's wrong. So I think we have to give that a correct answer, Ding. But yeah, specifically it avoids probate. You can change it during your lifetime. It is modifiable. Peter the intern, your next question. How long do points stay on a driver's license? Points from a citation.
3 years.
That's correct. Well done, Peter the intern. Peter the intern keeping it tied up here. This bit is going way longer than I originally thought. You both may be just getting a cup of coffee. If you have a question, 877-943-9673, 877-943-9673. Give us a call now, and we'll be happy to help any way we can. Peter the intern, we are going to stay with you, and we are going to go over what options does a person have after being issued a speeding ticket?
They can either pay it, they can fight it, or they cannot pay it.
Correct. Both of those are options. Admit guilt and pay the ticket, or plead not guilty. Correct. There's also another option. You can select to attend the traffic school if that's available, but not always available based on the citation you were given. All right, Max the intern, your final question. State in its entirety the rule against perpetuities.
It's impossible.
The rule, folks, for the record, is that no interest is good unless it must vest, if at all, not later than 21 years after some life in being at the creation of said interest. Peter the intern, I was supposed to throw that to you to answer. You would have nailed it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Totally.
okay, great. Well, congratulations to Peter the intern. He's our winner of our first ever Battle of the Interns. And we'll definitely repeat this bit, but
They're really cheering for me.
That applause is like standing room ovation stuff. Wow, lots of applause. So, but congratulations to Peter the intern. Welcome back, and we'll see you afterwards for your all-expense paid trip to the Salem Communications Kitchen for your complimentary cup of coffee. All right, we're going to go to our next caller and talk to John in Celebration. John, welcome to the Attorney Patrick Smith Show.
Thank you very much.
Hey, John.
My wife and I just moved here from New England and had a question about the Homestead Act. It's too late this year to file for it, or can we still file it and it just goes into effect next year?
So there is the possibility you can check with the county. And Peter the intern, I think you researched this once for us about a late filing on a homestead. Do you want to help answer, John? And John, just so you know, Peter's an intern. He's not a licensed lawyer. I'll back him up with the licensed lawyer answer. Peter, go ahead.
I believe you had 60 days after you filed the extension. You had to file the extension, I believe, before March 1st.
Yeah, I believe there is an extension process. Just check with your property appraiser's office, and who you want to speak with there is the head exemptions officer, and tell them, I missed the deadline. What's the procedure for filing a late exemption? And they should walk you through that if it's available. Okay, John?
So if it's not possible for this year, can I just do it now and then it'll be in effect for like next year?
Yeah, I don't think there's any problem with doing it earlier. I don't think there's any requirement that you do it between that January 1st and March 1st window. Just you do it now. It's not going to take effect until March 1st, potentially absent getting that late filing approved. And Yeah, you also want to check with them ahead of time, John, on what you need to take. I mean, as far
Right.
as proof of residency, people sometimes guess about taking an electric bill or driver's license that
Yeah,
shows
yeah.
their ID.
Yeah.
I would just call ahead of time and say, hey, specifically, what do you want to bring? Because sometimes there's little variations between the counties. And just to save
Right.
you a trip, be a good idea to call. So from where did you guys move?
From New Hampshire.
Great. And how do you like the
Yep.
Sunshine State so far?
It's very sunny
Yeah.
and warm.
What's the
So-
weather like in New Hampshire today? Do you know?
Actually, it's supposed to be pretty nice. I think in the mid 70s, so they're already into spring pretty much.
Wonderful. Well, John, welcome to the Sunshine State. Thanks for listening to the show. On what station are you listening, John?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm just learning the station. I'm sorry, I don't know.
That's okay. You and Bruce are in the same place.
I think it's 90.3.
90.3 FM. That's WLVF, your home of Landmark Radio.
One more quick question about the homestead. If I just miss this year, it just goes into effect next year, and then it's good forever. Like I don't have to do this often, right? Just do it one time.
I'm going to let Max, the intern, take a stab at that. Max, the intern, what's your question? What's your answer to that question?
Can you repeat the question, sir?
Sure. It's like if I file now and I miss this year, but it goes into effect next year, and I don't have to do it every year. I just once you do it, it's in, and like is this a thing that goes every year? Is that some question? Like to make it clear enough for you? Like,
so if you can imagine, John, if you can imagine, first of all, you're very nice to repeat a question for an intern. We normally don't do that. If they weren't listening the first time, that's their punishment. So you're very gracious to him. Number two, yes, it continues. You have to end that exemption. And so if you move between properties, like you buy a new home, you would take the exemption off the old property and move it over to the new property. Otherwise, it automatically renews, and you'll get a little card in the mail that basically, usually most property appraisers send you a card that reminds you, hey, you've got a homestead exemption on this property. If you want to keep it for this next year, do nothing. If you want to change it, you need to contact us and let us know.
And you only save on like the first $50,000 though. I mean, it's not a huge savings, but it is savings.
In most cases, some counties have widows exemptions and then disabled veterans exemptions. So you just have to sort of walk through the exemptions available in that particular county with the property appraiser or the head exemptions officer to maximize all of your available exemptions.
Gotcha. Okay, beautiful. You guys have been most helpful. I appreciate it.
John, we appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
Will do. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, sir. All righty. This is the Attorney Patrick Smith Show. I'm your host, Attorney Patrick Smith. And again, the whole gang here today. Peter, the intern, back with us. Max, the intern, with us. Yumiko, the producer. And Brian, the call screener, screening your wonderful, wonderful calls. So give us a call now. Open phone lines. John hanging up opens up a line. 877-943-9673. So for those of you trying to get in, give us a call now. 877-943-9673. You can give us a call. We are live and local and happy to help. And I just realized I sort of skipped over my monologue I had planned for today because the calls were just fired up so much at the top of the show. Maybe we'll get to that here in a second. But the number for the office, if you want to reach us during the week, I always like to try to give the number out at least for the first half of the show and then the second half of the show, listeners. That office line, if you want to be part of the weekly calendar and meeting with me for a complimentary consultation, 877-754-6764. Again, that toll-free number for any of the offices in Sun City Center, Clearwater, or Sarasota, 877-754-6764. And again, I've said it before on the show, the reason we have a Sarasota office is you, the Attorney Patrick Smith Show Nation. We had so much demand for it just because of the listeners of this show. That's the reason we even opened that office. So a special thank you to all you listeners out there who support the Sarasota office and all our other offices. But to be on our calendar for a complimentary consultation, 877-754-6764. To talk to us today, you can email us, patrick@attorneypatricksmith.com, or give us a call live on the open studio lines, 877-943-9673, 877-943-9673. All right, we're going to go to St. Pete next. We're going to talk to Trevor. Trevor, welcome to the Attorney Patrick Smith Show.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, my question was on you hear these commercials about title fraud, people stealing your property just with a signature. I just wonder how true that was.
So, I mean, obviously it's happened in the past. Otherwise, it wouldn't have any sort of teeth when people go to fearmonger and kind of try to sell you something to address it. But I think it's rarer than most people think.
Okay.
And the new scam that we see going around, Trevor, and I got 2 or 3 calls at the office this past week about it, was these letters that come in the mail, and they feign some sort of governmental connection. They'll be from Tallahassee and they'll have government in the title, but they're actually private for-profit businesses. And they're offering things like, do you have a copy of your deed to ensure you own the home? And a lot of people don't have a physical copy of the deed or don't know where the copy of the deed is. And so they kind of panic. It'll just play on that part of their brain that says, well, I'm not looking at it, so it must say something bad, right? And then this company will offer for, $50, $80. I think this week I heard $160. They will send you a copy of your deed. Well, the news is, Trevor, you can go online and look at your deed for free and you can print it out. So I would say just go online, check your deed every so often if you're one who's worrisome about it, but it's pretty rare. And when fraud like that happens, I mean, you can petition to set aside a fraudulent deed. I mean, granted, you have to hire counsel and it's a pain. And then there's remedy against the fraudulent doers, possibly criminal sanctions against them as well. So there's deterrence out there, and it's not as prevalent, I think, as some people make it seem, but it does happen. And it's something you can certainly monitor by checking your deed in the public record free of charge. Trevor, what station are you listening on?
86.
AM 860, the answer. We appreciate you.
Yes. All right. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Trevor. Have a great Saturday. Yes, sir. All righty.
You too. Bye-bye.
877-943-9673. Trevor hanging up does open up a phone line. 877-943-9673. All right, we're going to Bob in Palmetto. Bob, good to hear from you again. How are you today?
Yeah, great. Real good, in fact. Thank you. Thanks for asking. I have a question about statutes, okay, since we're talking about statutes. 806.13 statute in Florida claims that anyone that damages your personal property, it's a crime here in Florida. Is that related also to any contractor who damages your property with intent or without intent? Meaning that if there is intent and they have a boilerplate language in their contract that states clearly that EPA's rules and laws and regulations about damaging personal property, is that intent or is that without intent? Or are they violating a law?
Bob, can I tell you how much I love the fact that you are nose deep in Florida statute right now? How many hours a day do you spend in the statutes?
Well, I'm a writer and I'm an advocate. I spend at least 8 to 10, 12-hour days in front of my computer writing pro bono for anyone that do not have the resources, the intelligence, or the money. I have all three.
Okay. But you're not a licensed attorney. I want to be clear on that. Correct, Bob?
I'm not, but I'll tell you what, I wish I was. I wanted to be, but my wife got me pregnant when I was 17.
Well,
anyway,
it's not too late.
50 years.
It's not too late. I went to law school with guys, and when I was at Chapel Hill in law school, I had guys in my class who were in their 60s. So it's never too late to go to law school. The answer to your question, no, I don't think contractors are somehow carved out from application of a criminal statute. Now, as to whether or not there's enough there to charge them criminally, of course, you have to file a police report. The police report gets turned over to the state attorney, and then the state attorney decides whether or not there's enough there to bring charges and indict them for a criminal act. So that would be sort of the procedure. But no, it's not just because they're a contractor, they would somehow be exempt from a criminal statute.
Okay, a month before the damage, I have mitigated this over emails. I have 3 documented emails. I've also written the governor. He should have gotten my certified letter yesterday.
Did Ron write you back?
Copied. He should have got my letter yesterday. He received it yesterday.
He's a little busy though, Bob.
And he's not busy for me. I never lose a battle in when I write. Trust me.
Listen,
I don't.
No, listen, if you get a response letter from Governor DeSantis, please call us back and send me a copy.
I most certainly will do that. I most certainly will do that.
Bob, I'll look forward to that, okay? I'm pulling for you now. It'd be a great segment of the show. So, all righty, Bob, thanks for calling in. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Yes, sir. All righty, 877-943-9673. That's your live and local number, 877-943-9673. Give us a call now. Open studio lines. Bob hanging up does open up a line, or email me during the show to get your question on the air, patrick@attorneypatricksmith.com. By the way, you can also email me during the week. We are very careful to check each and every one of our emails, and happy to get you a response. So if you want an appointment or book us for a speaking engagement, lots of those coming up. I'll be announcing them as they get a little closer. You can email me, patrick@attorneypatricksmith.com. All right, let's go to Ridge Manor and talk to Lisa. Lisa, I think you're our first caller from Ridge Manor.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. What station are you listening? You're on the Bone in Ridge Manor, so it reaches all the way over there. That's wonderful.
Yes.
How can we help Lisa today?
I had a quick question. My mother is currently, she's 77 in pretty good health. She does not have a will, but I am her power of attorney. I have control over her banking accounts. And if something happens to her, I'm in a trust for her property. She still owes 3 years left on her car, and it's in her name and her name alone. If something happens to her, what happens to the car?
So just to be clear on something, Lisa, I'm not your mom's attorney.
Okay, she does not have an attorney.
Who prepared the power of attorney then?
She did it herself.
This makes me nervous.
Yes.
Okay. So advice number one, mom needs to meet with a licensed attorney to have the power of attorney reviewed. What I'm concerned about is something happening to mom and you need to rely on that document and there's something deficient because of how it was prepared or executed, okay? It's not as simple as a lot of people think. And matter of fact, that was one of the issues we talked about with these pro forma doc kits. The docs are promised to you as valid. They're not promised to be the optimally efficient document. And the one I saw a couple of weeks ago, the document itself was fine, but how it was executed was improper. So the document didn't have the effect they intended. So there's a little more to it than just marking a page. So I, number one, recommend getting that power of attorney reviewed. The short answer is your mom passes, the car being in her name alone, it's treated like any other probate asset. And there'll have to be some sort of sequence to get someone appointed to be able to surrender the car to the lien holder if that's going to be done, or if the car is going to be sold because there's equity in the car to pay off the lien and then take the equity on behalf of the estate. But more than likely, there would be some type of probate depending on the value of the car.
Okay, because I was planning on continuing making the payments until the car was paid off.
Well, and then what you'll discover at that point, if you haven't done the court order process, you won't be able to transfer title to your name without this court order or some sort of official designation.
Okay, that's what I needed to know, because she didn't know also about going about doing that.
Yeah, how far are you from Claremont?
Oh, about 45 minutes.
Okay, that'd probably be my nearest office to you, is the office there in Claremont. So you just have to hop and zip down 50 a little bit.
Okay.
All right, but we'll be happy to meet with mom and help her out, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you very much, and have a great weekend.
You're welcome, Lisa. You do the same.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, 877-943-9673, 877-943-9673. Give us a call now. We're happy to help any way we can, live and local, and you can give us a call toll-free, open phone lines, 877-943-9673, or email me, patrick@attorneypatricksmith.com. So what I'll do here at the end of the show, what I was going to say at the beginning of the show. So I had in my mind, we've done 2 segments here talking that. Why are you cracking your neck on the air? We can hear that. I forgot that about you, Peter, the intern. Don't crack your neck on the air. People hear that. All right. So we've done 2 shows about death. We did a show about what to do when a loved one dies. And then last week we sort of did a deep dive in the monologue regarding the procedures of probate and what those specific steps look like. So this week, flipping it around the other way, what to do when there's new life. And what got me thinking about this was both interns, the young interns being here today, and also my wife and I are currently watching our 2 nephews who are 3 and 11 months-ish, I believe. And it got me thinking about what to do when there's new life in your family, and how a lot of times people who are younger couples, they don't think about planning because they're so young. But the issues that young couples with minor children face are, number one, determining who the guardian will be to raise your children should you pass while those children are still minors. And your estate planning documents are where you designate that. Now, failure to do so can potentially lead to a free-for-all where the family's petitioning the court seeking that appointment, which, remember, it's already traumatic enough for these children. They've lost parents. And then to potentially face a fight between other family members over them could be even more trauma in their future. So you can settle that issue by executing a document that says, here is our guardian for our children, maybe a couple of backups to be safe. The other thing, life insurance. You want to make sure that on life insurance, when you have minors, you want to meet with your attorney and your financial advisor or CPA, and you want to assess that life insurance being routed after it goes to the spouse, if there is one, going to the trust on behalf of the minors so that there's no delay in the minor getting access to it. Paying it directly to a minor can oftentimes produce delay because of the fact that the minor can't enter into contract with the insurance company and sign off on the proceeds. And you say, well, the insurance company will let them put a minor down. They will, because they sometimes under the policy don't have to make the payment until the child turns 18. If it pays to the trust, it can pay immediately upon the parent's death, and that means the interest accrued can benefit the child and not the insurance company. And again, not a licensed financial advisor, so life insurance specific questions you should direct at them, but from a legal perspective, we oftentimes route life insurance to trust on behalf of minor children. And also those trusts are the way that we avoid guardianship proceedings with regard to the property, because if the property is in the trust under a trustee, there's no need for a guardianship to manage those particular finances and assets. 877-943-9673, 877-943-9673. Next, let's go back to my home county, Imperial Polk County, and let's talk to Judy. Judy, welcome to the Attorney Patrick Smith Show.
Good morning, Patrick. What I'm calling about is maybe a dispute I'm going to have with the Homeowners Association. I hope not, but it has to do with a drainage pipe that is at the side of our property. Several years ago, my husband and I went to a meeting. They were going to fortify the walls of the lake, and they made it very clear that they were going to come up to that pipe and not go any further up this side of the lake. When they did the job, they quit at the corner of the lake, I'll call it, drove through our yard and went up, I don't know where, and did some work someplace up there. They never did the part in front of our property and the property next door that was supposed to get it and so on. My question is that drainage pipe that is exposed at certain times, a drainage pipe is really, really corroded. It's obviously the current, which comes our direction, has worn that down. But I'm not worried about the pipe. I'm worried about if it's doing that to metal, what's it doing to soil? And I'm afraid that my property could end up sinking, or, because of this damage that's been done.
Step one, Judy, I think you write a letter to your homeowners associations outlining these concerns in a very Joe Friday version of a letter. Just, here are my concerns. I would appreciate a written response within 30 days or some time frame. And it wouldn't surprise me at all, Judy, you've already done that?
Yes.
Okay.
It was an email.
Okay. I would follow up with a letter and make sure it's certified this time. I'd actually send it certified and regular mail, okay?
Okay, follow up.
Hey, Judy, turn your radio down a little bit for me, okay?
Well, it's totally off.
Okay. So, Judy, I would do that. I would follow up with a letter, send it certified in regular mail, and let us know what response you get to that. And no response at all is a response, okay?
Okay.
All righty, Judy.
Mail to homeowners.
And if you want us to review the letter before you send it, just send it over. I'll take a peek at it free of charge just to let you know what I think, okay?
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
What station are you listening on, Judy?
I have no idea. I just found you by accident.
Well, I appreciate you finding me by accident, Judy. You enjoy the rest of your Saturday, okay?
You too. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. All righty. This is the Attorney Patrick Smith Show, and you've been listening to Attorney Patrick Smith along with Max the Intern, Peter the Intern, and celebrating our first ever Battle of the Interns. And congratulations again to Peter the Intern for his 4-3 victory over Max. And I can see this bit reoccurring again in the near future because you, the listeners, are really the winners from that and from the knowledge that you glean from them answering either correctly or incorrectly the answers to those legal questions. So, Peter the Intern, any words of wisdom you'd like to share as the winner? Great. Perfect. That's the right amount of wisdom to share as an intern. All righty. So write this number down for next week, 877-943-9673. 877-943-9673. That's your live and local number to be part of the show next week. Again, to reach me at the office, you can always email me. I always get a flurry of emails right after the show. I try to respond to them right away. The email address, patrick@attorneypatricksmith.com. And again, the office number for those of you who want to reach out to us to schedule your complimentary consultation in Sun City Center, Clearwater, Sarasota, Claremont, 877-754-6764. Again, that toll-free office line, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., 877-754-6764. And again, thank you again, Max the intern, Peter the intern, for being here today. We'll be back with you next week, and make sure you call in with your legal questions. And again, check out attorneypatricksmith.com for more information about yours truly. Everyone stay safe. God bless. Go Gators.
The preceding was sponsored by the law offices of Patrick L. Smith. W282CI Tampa, W271CY Lakeland, W262CP Bayonet Point.
Online at letstalkfaith.com or listen on TuneIn and Odyssey.
Need a good shot of your favorite pastor? Well, you can get him anywhere and everywhere at oneplace.com and the One Place app. If you missed the daily dose of encouragement you need, find it there. If you want to hear that great sermon one more time, it's all there. We don't encourage you to leave this station, not ever. But when you want to repeat, you know where to go. oneplace.com and the One Place app. No matter what happens, we're always on.
Corner